So I'm about to create a table right here, which is going to show the prefixes that are used for the number of carbon atoms that are present in hydrocarbon chains. So I'm going to start out with the number of carbon atoms on this side. So for the first one, it's going to be 1. And so the prefix we use to represent that is METH, meth, as in methane or methene or methine. Now we go to the number of carbon atoms being 2, and the prefix is eth, ETH, like in ethane. Then for 3 carbon atoms, we go to PROP, like in propane or propene. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the number of carbon atoms on this side all the way to 10. And you may have never witnessed more than 6 carbon atoms in a hydrocarbon chain that you've dealt with, but we're going to go ahead and investigate this all the way to 10. So now we come to 4, and for that it's going to be BUT. So I'm just going to give examples for the alkanes. So for BUT, you would have butane. Then for 5, we have PENT, which you're probably already familiar with that prefix from like the pentagon, and so that would be for pentane. Then we have 6 carbon atoms with the prefix of HEX for hexane. Then for 7, it's hept for heptane. Then 8, you're probably familiar with that one for sure, OCT, like an octagon, the shape of a stop sign. Then we come to 9, which is NON, and so we would have nontane. And then finally we have dectane for 10, DEC. So these are the number of carbon atoms, and this is the corresponding prefix used. And you may be familiar with some of these, especially from pent all the way to 10. So you're probably familiar with a lot of those, but maybe not so much these, because you don't use these prefixes as much in everyday life. But regardless, you need to understand these prefixes and be able to see the word or the prefix BUT and know, okay, that means there's 4 carbon atoms. Or see the prefix HEPT and know, okay, that means there's 7 carbon atoms. Because that's going to make these hydrocarbon chains much easier to identify and analyze. Now, when I talked about most of these prefixes, I put the suffix ANE because I assumed that they were alkanes. So, like for PROP, I could say propane. But we could substitute the ending ENE or YNE for alkene or alkyne. So this could be the prefix for propane or for propene or for propine. And the same when we come to the prefix OCT. This could be for octane, octene, or octyne, depending on whether or not we're dealing with an alkane, an alkene, or an alkyne.